Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I feel like with the seismic, and I use that word intentionally, seismic changes made to the game in the last several weeks and months, we've been trying to figure out this puzzle. Because everything has a purpose in the world of Kabam and their profit. Now, some of you have told me that you think, and I haven't seen the numbers on this, so I don't know how I could, even if I wanted to, that Disney Mirrorverse is the new MCOC, and that at some point MCOC will become Realm of Champions, where they try to get everybody to jump ship to that game and leave this one. I still have a hard time believing that that's true, because I know personally the daily special is so good that I am now committed to buying it every day. I'm giving Kabam an extra $35 a week. And really, it's $40 a week because I'm buying the Sunday Cavalier special, and that's an extra $160 a month. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who's doing that. In addition to that, I'm giving them an extra $10 a month for 3 straight months with the Summoner Camp, and then of course the Black ISO store, etc. So Kabam is getting more Netflix-like money without Netflix-like losses from so many people every month for the first time. They're also still doing things like July 4th weekend, Cyber Weekend, spring cleaning. So they have those big days on the calendar. Gifting, even though we've been told there'll be a lot of changes to gifting, or at least significant changes, maybe not a lot of changes. So stay tuned for that. But there are so many things about the game that have drastically changed in 2022. I want to make this video before this went away because, of course, so many people talked about how this guaranteed 5-star was going to change the game. Now, I don't think it's actually going to change the game for people who are Thronebreaker or Wallet Breaker, because 5-stars don't have the health pool or the attack bonus, even with full rainbow boosts, needed to win high levels of Alliance War anymore. They certainly don't have the PI to compete at the highest levels, not in general. I still think they can in general, but at the highest levels of Battlegrounds. They just melt too quickly. So, relics, which is something that Kabam has asked SurveyMonkey questions about, and certainly asked people on the forums about for months and months and months now. Relics are the future before 7 stars, even though 30% of you, roughly, say you'll quit the game if 7 stars are coming to the game. But this is just one aspect of it. So, they're guaranteeing the 5-star. And then this is something we can't ignore either for those of you uncollected and above, because this has been a big change, which I've really appreciated. They guarantee you the 5-star in the early access bundle. So you really, like, let's say you get that bonus relic or relic. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Basically, your 6-star, let's say you could get a 15% boost in attack and health, a permanent boost, if you have the 3, 4, and 5-star maxed out, right? Well, you're guaranteed the 3-star and the 4-star from doing at least 1 out of 2 rounds of the Champions Arena. Now, if you do both, of course, you'll awaken both. So, it's sort of a genius move, because if you really, really want an immediate relic on 6-star Quicksilver, first, you got to whale out on crystals for that 0.3% drop rate, which is almost impossible to get them, or whale out on the arena, where scores have inflated so much we're wondering if that Quicksilver arena next week's going to go for 300 million. And then on top of that, you've got to do the arena for that champion to get the 3 and 4-star and buy the early access bundle. That will guarantee you the 3, 4, and the 5, and then you're going to have a big prayer for the 6. And suddenly that impatience for the new featured 6-star crystal shifting to the next one will be even more, because it used to be where the featured champion came out with the crystal when the arena happened, and now, no, not even close. So I have an alliance mate, we'll call him UMOP3, who sent me this brilliant message when I woke up this morning that I thought I want to give him all the credit, but also just read it, because he breaks down why all of these changes are for Kabam's hope And remember, Incursions seemed like it was supposed to be a cash cow for them. I think that largely was a failure. I know a lot of people who say that they've never done one Incursion, even though they used to have things like dungeon days where you got special bonuses for doing all the things, and they haven't had like an Incursion day this year, which also seems like that means they're going away from it. But he said, I think I called this new shift in the way the game is going. I think with the release of Battlegrounds and Kabam wanting it to do well, like the forefront of the game, they needed to overcome the biggest obstacle for players, ranking up champions. So I haven't shown this yet, but this has also, of course, been a huge shift to being able to use units to automatically rank up champions all the way up to 4 stars in place of rank up materials. Hence the ability to rank up 4-star champs and below using units to fill the gaps where resources are lacking. And now with the addition of the Catalyst store, the Loyalty store, and the upgraded Black ISO store, you can literally take up a 6-star from rank 1 to rank 3 and cheaply fill in the gaps with units from missing resources. In the short term, this change will decrease revenue from rank up resources, although in the long term, it will drive sales to the moon for deals involving champion acquisition. Hence, the biggest guaranteed deal twice a month, at least in its current form, for champion acquisition, and that's the new early access bundle. Everyone was shocked with July 4th, allowing you to get specific champs, aka finally having some version of a wish crystal that Kabam had teased for over a year. And now with the inclusion of 5 stars for sales, the incentive to spend on specific champs far outweighs spending on resources, aside from maybe rank 4 materials. Battleground players, in parentheses, competitive players, will become the next whales trying to snag specific champs in any way possible. Though I will argue, and I'm sure that they'll probably do this, the rewards for like the top 100 spots of Battlegrounds have to be insane for those whales to truly whale out. There has to be the motivation like there is for the top number 1 or 10 spots of the gifting event every year. And that's going to make some people angry, but that's what they've got to do to have people motivated to buy everything they can to have as competitive of a roster as possible. Battlegrounds in that way will definitely be the new Alliance War Seasons, even though Alliance War Seasons have been out for years now. All right, so whether that's through calves or daily deals for shards or arena or early access bundles, etc., these Battlegrounds players, these competitive players, need that incentive. And now Kabam is really incentivized to make high-tier champs because they have a whole other role to fill if the champion is good for Battlegrounds, along with questing. Battlegrounds will be at the forefront, and deals will be catered to players that participate in Battlegrounds. Just a long-winded hypothesis, but I feel like I'm on the right track ever since Battlegrounds really took off during the second beta, and then he says he chuckled a little bit. I think that is so spot on. If you combine the Battlegrounds evolution of the game with the guaranteed 3, 4, and 5-star champs between the Champions Arena milestones and buying the early access bundles, which will now feel like a requirement even if the champion sucks, because they could suck but still be a good Battlegrounds champion, you know? I really do think Kabam is now tweaking new champions from big yellow numbers to annoying defensive utility. And it's worth noting, because I haven't shown it, that this is also why Kabam has made the Catalyst store so seemingly game-changing for RNG. I do want to remind you, though, that you can get 0 resources in this new Catalyst store, even if you're Wallet Breaker, to help you take a 6-star to rank 5. So that's where Kabam is drawing the line. And surely, I think Kabam's next cash cow move, because Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic have become so easy to get relative to where they were even 6 months ago, that their next move, which I don't think this is like some specific hypothesis, I think it's just a fact, is to very, very expensively and slowly start showing us Tier 6 Catalyst fragments. It might not be until halfway through Act 8, and you might be spending $100 to get 5% of one, 1% of one, but that's the missing link for rank 5 6-star rank up materials, Tier 6 class Catalyst fragments, which we haven't seen yet. All right, YouTube, that is my rant. I want to keep this under 10 minutes, and I am almost there. So let's try to avoid those pesky triple or even quadruple ads as YouTube's ad policies keep changing, I think, to hurt the player experience personally or the viewer experience. Thank you to the summoner for watching. Have a good one.